Here we go. There we go.
We are live at the University of Dubai, the main amphitheater, IEEE UAE
It's a lot of E's.
blockchain symposium conference here. I have the amazing Jimmy Nguyen from Bitcoin SV. Thanks so much for coming on. It's great to have you here. How are you, Jimmy?
I am well, and for those of you who want to know where we're really at, it's the IEEE UAE Blockchain Symposium, their first ever here at the University of Dubai.
Awesome. That's how you say it.
I know, it's a lot of E's, right?
I
know, yeah, but no, it's been a good day.
Very good. So you spend a lot of time here in Dubai. How's it been?
Well, the reason, first of all, I like Dubai a lot. I've had friends forever say, you need to get here. I've been spending a lot of time here because there's, as you know, a huge blockchain explosion here. It's why you're here a lot. The government's really sent a clear directive in the UAE to move government and business activity to blockchain. So you see an explosion of startup ventures, government support, and they really need a blockchain that can scale, handle lots of data transaction and payment transaction volume at high speed for low cost. So that's why BSV fits really well. And that's why we were really proud to partner with the IEEE with their UAE blockchain group for this first ever technical symposium with technical experts here for today's event.
Very cool. So yeah, I did see some of the listers, some of the speakers, and it looked like they geared towards some smart city applications and everything like that. So what are they looking at as far as utilizing blockchain?
Yeah, for those of you who don't know IEEE, a lot of people are aware of it. It's the leading technical standards organization in the world with a lot of scientific and technical experts across different fields. And over the last few years, they've really started moving into supporting the growth of blockchain technology. And as you know, there's too many blockchains, right? And one of the things the blockchain world needs is more interoperability, looking at how to grow use by making sure things work together through technical standards. So that was the goal of this particular symposium. So it's not the typical kind of Dubai blockchain event you go to where people are selling coins or pitching a new project. They were really here to dig into, okay, what is a blockchain used for? And what are the things that the IEEE, governments, businesses, academics can do to support faster growth of using it from a technical point of view? And so that's why we had people today talk about IoT, device management, smart cities. There's some talk about NFTs going on right now. Craig Wright, the famous Craig Wright, gave a keynote speech this morning. I gave a speech about BSV's power to make what Bitcoin should have been in the first place, a native way to send tiny, tiny payments efficiently across the internet and make a better internet. So there's a lot of talk here today about improving the internet so that we don't have an internet where everything's, quote, free services like Facebook or Twitter, but the payment you make really is use of your data. Right. And so there was a lot of that kind of talk today about how do we reinvent the internet for the better, including with what's called IPv6, the next iteration of internet protocol.
Okay, sure. So one thing that crosses my mind is when you do say blockchain internet or Web3 and the payments. So are people going to have to pay a transaction every time they change websites or click on something?
Potentially, and that's part of our vision. People think, well, that's counterintuitive. I'm used to doing things for free. But that's because the way the internet was created, in fact, one of the things I mentioned in my speech is there's an error code in HTTP, error code 402, that's not used. And that is a unused code reserved for the future saying, hey, you're trying to access a website or do something and a payment's required. And that shows that the creators of internet protocol, HTTP, envisioned a world where you had to pay for things to access, let's say, a website, right? Or to get onto a search engine or social media. But the way internet protocol was created, there was not an easy way to send through the internet payments. That's why we had to layer on credit cards, PayPal, things that cost money. And that's why you can't send small amounts. So we have free internet services that we pay the price of either subscription payments or our data being used. So we foresee an inversion of that, a world where maybe you actually have to pay Google to do a search, but you get better results without sponsored links. Or what if you envision an email system where you actually paid a small amount, 1 or 2 cents, to get your email to the top of someone's inbox that you are trying to really reach, right? Or a Twitter or Instagram where there's less anonymous and fake accounts because you actually have to pay to create an account, a small amount of money. And then you have to pay to send a tweet or a message or like a picture, but then people pay you back in small amounts. So it's changing the internet to an internet where all of our activity and our content has both a payment but a way to receive payment back to you. I think that could make for a better, more valuable internet with less fake stuff, less anonymous accounts, less trolls, right? Like, and this affects not just the blockchain world, but think about the political world in the US, right? So much disinformation that affects political campaigns.
Yes, highly effective even. And they're constantly working on that to kind of manipulate you slow by slow and get you towards a certain way. And so maybe blockchain can solve these type of things.
It can at scale. You have to scale really big, so you can send lots of little micropayments. And also, one of the reasons where we were so excited to partner with IEEE and IPv6 Forum is IPv6 is an iteration of the Internet Protocol, which supports a lot more unique IP addresses, where we're running out with IPv4. And so IPv6 allows up to 10 quintillion unique IP addresses, meaning every person in the world, animal, device, your jeans, your belt, your wearable watch, could have a unique IP address and send data to each other and little micropayments.
Wow.
So that's the kind of world we foresee is possible with BSV, blockchain that scales big, and IPv6.
Wow. Yeah, it's incredible. You learn something new every day if you push yourself to be in certain places. Of course, the magnitude of thought that goes into these projects and these ideas of the future that we're going to see play out shortly is really incredible. So, Jimmy, what do the next few months look like for you?
Well, I'm in the Middle East for another few weeks. I'm going to Islamabad, Pakistan again for Future Fest, a big tech festival, especially for developers and startup entrepreneurs. Then I'm hopefully going home because I have not been home to the U.S. since early January. Yes, technically I do. So I've been in this region since January. But then we're really gearing up for our big global event, the now called BSV Global Blockchain Convention, which is May 24th through 26th here in Dubai. It's the biggest BSV event of the year, 3 days, people from all across the world, top speakers from government, enterprise, academics here. I'm hosting and organizing again. So that's 3 days, May 24, 25, and 26. You can go get tickets at globalblockchainconvention.com. So that's what is going to suck up a lot of my time and energy over the next 2 months and will bring me back into the region more.
That's very good. So there you have it. Jimmy Nguyen, the man. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And we'll check out the rest of the conference here.
And don't forget to follow the Porter Brothers.
Thank you.
Best blockchain brothers in town.
Washington Elite, the best crypto conference coverage around. See you soon.